Doodle World has been through a lot this past year, and today myself and 10 other Doodle World content creators are going to go over it all from start to finish. This is Doodle World Rewind 2023. Starting off with the month of January, on the first day of the month we saw a New Year's event that brought us a new Little Bulb skin that you could get through a quest. A week later, 6 new tints were added to the game: Lime, Maroon, Violet, Rose, Indigo, and Sky Blue. Shortly after, printing started being talked about as well as leaked. We also saw a reveal of upcoming moves such as Swamp, Jolt, Hex Punch, and Dispose, as well as some of the printing moves for certain doodles that will be coming with the update. To wrap up the month, we basically just waited around and saw more leaks for the printing update that would eventually drop in the month of February.
Hello everybody, it is I, and I'm going to be covering the month of February in the Rewind this year. And to start it all off, near the very beginning of February, on the 3rd to be exact, the chain capsule for Doodle World was leaked, which was a very cool and exciting leak because I think at the time no one really knew what exactly it was going to do. And then the very next day, we had printing come out, which also released Route 12, of course printing, a little bit of story, and as well as the first exotic skin being the Shice skin as a part of the Valentine's Day event. And that was honestly such a huge day because so many things in the game were changed, like a lot of things in PvP were changed, and it just was a huge meta shift. It was a very cool time. And then about a week later, little under a week, on the 10th, we had the Minnow Jewel, I think is what it's called. The pre-evolution of Torvent was added, along with tint printing. So you could find tint bottles that you could use to print doodles with tints. And then 8 days later, we had Route 7 update, adding some new lines, the desert area. We got Needling, Cacmeow, Impling, Mouse Punch, Meglit, Gagata, and the Seam line, which, not a great day because of the seams, but very cool that we finally got all of those things in the game. And then the 20th was the first ever Doodle World submission for Extinct Doodles, which was for the Runic Island at the time that I don't think many people knew about. And then 2 days later, after the 20th, the 22nd, the official Doodle World tournament signups opened. The second one, that is. And I don't actually remember if I entered that or not. And then we had the Valentine's Day event ends on the 25th of February, and Week Hub and the Bot Battler was released. And Bot Battler was awesome because you got to just set up a bot and you could fight people, and it was just a fun time. And also gave us an XP share grinder. Thanks, Eat. And then on the 27th, we had Ocket and Potter Fiend revamps were shown because there was some controversy, because I think they were found, I don't know, they were like quote-unquote copied or stolen by someone on DeviantArt. I don't really remember the entire controversy. And then we have on the 28th, Pocket Storage being added. And that's pretty much everything that happened in the month of February. But I hand it over to TFK for him to handle the month of March.
In March, it started off with Runic Island doodles, or Extinct doodles, being linked, some of them being Maximut, Piranha, and Tazjoni. On the 4th, Fish was added to Swarms along with a matchmaking rework, and a Wish Z skin for Grunkle. On the 10th, the best and last Swarm doodle was added, being Fluppy. On the 14th, Doodle released some UGC items, some of them being Fish Hat, Fish Backpack, and Lewis Cat Pet. On the 18th, St. Patrick's Day event was added. It came with some skins, clover coins, and a new mount. On the 25th, some Extinct Doodles and 5 Awakened Doodles, being Grotto, Hatrix, Thornet, Mothra, and Cryoterra, were added to random battles. And finally, on the 26th, a few more Extinct Doodles were being leaked, being Catholos and Memolten.
We should announce this. I can't believe this one was selected to win.
birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Guys, April was insane. We had the drop of Runic Island, we had the Extinct Doodles happen, we had the addition of Scorch added. Not only that, it was also tied in with the Easter event, guys, where we were able to get all these Easter skins. We were able also to get Easter tints added onto the game. If that wasn't enough, they even threw a mount in for measure. Easter mount, right? Anyway, moving on, we were also able to see the addition of Jest World. You were able to get exiled, by the way, for free. It wasn't on the roulette anymore. You could get it through the event, which is pretty cool. We also seen another legendary from the island being provided in Reliconis. And then Awakened Doodles happened, guys. Yes, in April, we also had the Awakened Doodles, the first Awakened Doodles that land in the game. It absolutely changed the face of the game, which was pretty immense. Not only that, UGC was actually dropped by the developers and the team, and I just want to take this moment to thank everybody in Doodle World for what they do, from the community, the artists, the developers, everyone, even Thomas. Not only that, guys, at the end of the month, we also seen more Awakened Doodles be added. We had Morval, Archipause, Partybug A, and Tolina as well. So, guys, from my point of view, it was absolutely insane. April was top notch. And, guys, please do. All the guys have worked really hard, and credit to all the other content creators. If you do enjoy the rewind, make sure you do hit the like, or else.
Hi, I'm Blaze, and I'm going to be presenting you the month of May. During May, we had many updates to Runic Island, released in the previous month, presented by Canal. In May, we got tons of new Awakened Doodles. We got Mascomedy A, Theoterra A, and Tuffos A on the 5th. On the 13th, we got Volt Enchant and Cerebropod A. Before the next patch, on the 15th, we got our first leak for the 4th key town, the Oasis. And finally, on the 20th, we got Grufflin A and Sombrock A added to Runic Island. On the 22nd, we got our very first tint event, which added the Sunset tint to Wild Doodles for a long period of time before being removed. On the 24th, we got a very small update, but one people wanted, where big and tiny doodles were resized in battle, rather than just resized outside of battle. And for the final update of May, we got lizards added to Runic Island doodle spawns. Take it away with the month of June, Soren.
I'm Soren, and congrats on making it to the halfway point of the 2023 Rewind. I will be going over things that happened in the month of June. Ileana makes a Twitter post of the new Oasis key. On top of that, we got the one and only Pride event that introduced Pride Glubby, Junipyro, and Jalupy, which Jalupy was given out to creators to give away to the Doodle World community. They even returned Rainbow Kleidoskunk. For some PvP news, we have a new edition of Doodles, which added Cinderling and the Forosado line, and also revealed the choice items, Enchanted Ruby and Sapphire. A big type chart change happened with Ice being able to hit melee for not very effective, giving melee a better defensive typing. And finally, Oasis Wild Area was introducing the new Doodle Scoplet, Hip Hop, Profit. They even added a Doodle Via quest, which was the Oron line. I believe that was through the Pizza quest, along with Passage, a Doodle we can't get yet, but they did reveal it in the game. On top of this, Witch teased a silhouette I'd never even seen myself until this video, where you can see things like Awakened Cacmeow and Owl, and there are some silhouettes that are still unknown to this day. To wrap up June, Wish added a new rainbow surfboard mount, and the level cap was increased to 47 for the Oasis update. I will now be passing the torch to Untitled Green, who will be covering the month of July.
To start off in July, they added VP tickets, the July tint brush, which was found on Wild Doodles, the new CC Scorch skin, which was very, very cool, and some new capsules. 3 days later, they added their annual July Tail Kleidoskunk for a single day, and if you weren't able to get one, then you'd have to wait for next year. This is also the time that people were very excited to see how the summer event was coming along. And when Wish leaked the summer event, the Beach Gore event, he leaked how the event was going to work, some new skins, and the map. 3 days later, on July 10th, was when the Beachgoer event dropped, and with the event came some new tasks, such as digging, or beach digging, and gift delivery, a new roulette, which was very cool, a new Plippo mount, and some new skins. People were loving the Beachgoer event, and a part 2 comes with the Beachgoer event, and with it came with new improvements to the roulette, 2 new tasks, which were pizza making and pizza delivery, some new skins such as Summer Kwosu, and also a random part in the water where you were able to do parkour. There was no really reward for it, but you know, people enjoyed it anyway. A few days later, the Plipple plushes went live for purchase, and you were able to buy as many as you wanted. This was also the time that we didn't know if the Plipple plush had a skin, so people were just buying it for the sake of figuring out what skin it was, kind of. and the first ever gold hat-trick skin, or the gold gift hat-trick skin, which was the Spellblade hat-tricks. Also on this day, they released my skin, the Untitled Green skin, which was very, very cool. Right after they improved the chances for chaining, this was also the time they removed the ×2 chain weekend. And a day after that, they also released the LOL XD Jalopy skin, which was found in the wild at a 1 in 1000 rate. After the skin drop, they released Ranked. With Ranked came with a leaderboard, some new ranks, and new rewards. And you were able to become the best Doodle World trainer you could be. 2 days later, they also released the Awakened Bubble, which was very, very unexpected, as well as some quality of life changes, which you were able to show your doodles in chat, and some PC updates, like changing your background and stuff like that.
Let's head straight into August. First off, on the 3rd, sizes can now be printed, as well as the equipment shard was added to the social park. This made PvP in Doodle World easier to prepare for. Next up, on the 5th, Skadine Awakened and Dizzy Paul's line were added into the game. On the 6th, the Pleepo aura was revealed to come along with the Pleepo skin code. Then on the 11th, one of the best community events added was the Golden Skateboard Challenge. Basically, there was a list of doodles to catch, and if you completed this before the 15,000 other players, you would receive a golden skateboard UGC and mount, which you can see I'm using here. Then on the 16th, artificial runes were introduced with the addition of a leak of an unknown doodle, which eventually turned out to be Hypnodle. On the 20th, fishing is added with the addition of Vigilante and Malatrick Awakened. Also, the new PC search was also added, make it easy to find your doodles. Then 2 days later, 3 more fishing doodles for a bottle, Umasho and Mantis Gold were added. On the 23rd, the second artificial rune being Owl was shown. And then finally, on the 26th, the ancient coin shop, Stallion Awakened, and 2 new doodle lines consisting of Squiana and Triligrad were added. Also, waiting patiently for the Pleepo codes to be usable, they were now able to be obtained. And this was the month of August for Doodle World in 2023.
In September, Oasis Part 2 and the 4th key came out, adding a bunch of new doodles, a new player list in the top right that could display special icons as well. This update brought 3 new doodle lines. One was Pubu, which could evolve into Irakil, and Irakil dominated in PvP. We also got Parabite over here, which could evolve into Lurkalid, and we got Zazura, the mythic waterbird, one of the biggest updates of the year. This also updated the Runic Island area, where you could leave and rejoin your Runic Island runs, as well as adding a new awakening for Spectatic, which looked insane. This update brought tons of new story, as well as this Easter egg room with the rubber room full of rats. The next week's update ended Season 0 of Ranked and added Season 1. This update brought pylons and a bunch of other PvP changes. Then the final part of the Oasis got added, bringing a new doodle called Finwick, which could learn any move in the entire game, as well as the first artificial awakening for Hypnodle. Soul Tot also gets revealed for the first time. And the week after, we get Friend Chaining, a huge update for chaining. This also added Pity for gold gifts, as well as 2 new gold gift skins. And on the final day, Wish Z finished strong, adding Awakened Sumos and Awakened Vigilante to the game. Spooky month being just around the corner. Or was it?
October in Doodle World was mostly focused on working on the Halloween update, but we were introduced to a few new doodles throughout the month. 3 new roulette doodles were added, being the Sultot, Aquafeet, and Oribird lines. Alongside these doodles, Awakened Luma line and Bionotic were added into the game. Shortly after, the Threek line was added via Swarm, and was also the first doodle in the game to get added alongside its own awakening. As we began heading towards November, we were left with the Halloween skin collage and the teaser for the existence of group battles.
Jumping into November then, which right away there were more teasers about the Halloween event, which revealed the new legendary Arachniac and a new awakened Calamander. And not too long after these were revealed, the Halloween event was finally introduced, although it was renamed and dubbed Halloween. Which this event released with a new raid mechanic that gave you new crystal items as rewards, which you could spend on Halloween skins, awakened Calamander and Inferno, and encounters with Arachniac. Which, yeah, players were definitely excited to see the new raid mechanic, but I think it's safe to say that players got a little bored and a little frustrated with the Halloween event, mostly because the rewards required you to heavily grind raids, and that was kind of the only thing that you could do. in the following events. Although it didn't take too long for the following event to get some improvements in a later update to add in more items to the shop, some crystals were made a little bit more common on top of a new key item that doubled your odds to get every crystal, and raids were also tweaked a little bit so you didn't require a party of 4 players anymore to actually do them. Other than the event though, we got our first leaks for the next town, which revealed that we'll have an entire new set of starters that we get to choose from. I mean, yes please. And alongside of this, it was also revealed that battle passes will be coming to PvP ranked in the future, starting with season 3, that will give us a lot of new rewards that we can claim, and you already know, I'm gonna be pay to winning for them. And finally, PvP Rank Season 2 also officially started, which will also be the first season that will include rewards other than the title and gems that you usually get, like star stickers and hidden trait badge items. Oh, and oh boy, did Wish give us a lot of balance changes with this new season.
Wrapping it up with the month of December, we were introduced to new Frost and Jolly tints, which gave us access to the new Awakened Craggle Day. We then saw the Christmas event bringing us a new map, new NPCs, new doodles, as well as old existing doodles that were now introduced to the competitive game. We also saw a new aura mechanic, a new mount, and a bunch of new skins. The Chain Preserver released shortly after, allowing us to hold more than one chain as long as we had the Game Pass. Misprints were also added to printing, allowing us to print misprints at a very rare chance. We then saw a New Year's event bringing us 5 new auras. We were then introduced to Alt Runestones, a future mechanic which would basically allow our Awakened Doodles to be different colors depending on the Alt Runestone we had. And then for the most recent update in Doodle World in 2023, we saw a Hero Havoc collab, which basically allowed us to go into Hero Havoc, do a quest there, come into Doodle World, and get an Obol skin from completing that quest. We were also introduced to the Hidden Trait Badge and Star Stickers, which will be given out early January to top 10 of Season 2, as well as giving out to content creators today, which I'm actually hosting a tournament this upcoming weekend for, so feel free to check that out and join my Discord if you're interested. I hope you guys enjoyed the 2023 Rewind. Doodle World has been through a lot these past couple years, and I can't wait to see what the future holds in 2024 with Season 3, Icy Ridge, and much more. I'd just like to shout out the 10 content creators who helped me make this video. All the links to their channels will be in the description, so feel free to check them out. See you guys next year. Until next time, Scorch!